I always like different colors. I was never the white, black, silver kind of guy. I like different. My goal when I started collecting this car was to own one of each color. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see what the future brings. It is a full-time job, but I like it. It keeps me busy. Owning your own business is real stressful. So all day long I'm stressing. And when I come home, coming out there, cleaning them, that relaxes me. That takes my mind from what I do to what I love to do. Paula asked me if for Christmas if I could buy her a classic Porsche. So I called my guy in Austin and I said, hey, I'm looking for a 356 for my wife, you know. She says, that's gonna be your first? Very cool, yeah. He says, let me find you a 964 Cabriolet. That's what you need. So within a week, he called me back and he says, hey, I got a red on black, come get it. I drove to Austin, I picked it up and drove it back, and I surprised her with that car on Christmas. And so I started driving the car. And that's it, man. The smell, the sound of the flat six.
And I think that's where his love actually for the car grew, was with that car and working on it and just kind of tuning up everything on his own and doing it with his own two hands. I think he made a love connection that year.
And I said, man, you know what? I got to get a coupe. So I went and traded that car for a coupe. I got a velvet red coupe, I remember, and I still have that car. And that's where it started. And my friend said, you need to buy a 993, man. Have you seen the curves on that thing? A week later, a speed yellow C4S came out for sale in Missouri. I called the guy, drove over there and bought it. It just started with that, you know, one after another. And then I started seeing things like I wanted to change, like the wheels, the calipers, the S in the back. And then I saw a guy that had some sports seats. And I said, have you ever thought about painting the back of the color of the car? He was like, no, I want to leave it stock. I said, no, I want some sports seats for my yellow car. So I found a set and I painted them yellow. And then we put the yellow seat belts. It was like something that I could do with the colors that I like, and it looked good. You know, some purist guys, they want it stock. I don't. I like my cars to be different. I don't like them to be just plain regular.
I think the colors draw Rudy because he's kind of always just been this eccentric person. That's why you'll see a seat belt a certain color, or a caliper another color, or an emblem a certain color, because I think that's just Rudy's signature look, and that's what makes Rudy Rudy, and those cars Rudy's cars.
The guys on Rentless was the one that came up with that, you know. I'll buy a car and then they'd be like, man, we can't wait till it gets Rudyfied. And so that's where that came from, Rudyfied. My favorite car in the collection is always the new one, always. Now, do I appreciate all of them? Yeah, because they're all different. But it never feels that the favorite one, I don't care if it's the oldest one or the ugliest one, it's always the new one, always. Riviera Blue has always been one of my favorite colors. And blues are my favorite color for the Porsches. I have been searching for this car for 4 years. All I wanted was a 993 in Riviera Blue. So about 2 months ago, a Rentless member contacted me. He says, I want to come see your collection. Is that okay? Because I told the guys from Rentless, whenever you're in Texas, you want to come check out the collection, mi casa, su casa. You're welcome to come. So he came over. He says, Rudy, I have a car for you. He says, I have a 1997 twin turbo in Riviera Blue. And I was like, what? I said, you know I want the car. The car's here. I just got it a week ago. You know, people ask me, where do you find these cars? I tell them I don't find them, they find me. Because like this Riviera Blue found me, the black 964 from Hawaii found me as well. A guy through Rentless again emailed me and said, hey, I got a car that I know you want, the black on black. It's got 7,800 miles, one owner, I have window sticker, I have every paperwork for this car. And I ended up buying it. I told the guy, well, how do I get it to California? He says, look, I have family in San Diego. I'll drop it off in San Diego for that price. I've always wanted to take that Highway 1 route by the ocean. So I told my wife, this is the time to do that. I put 2,950 miles on that trip, on that car. The 400-mile mark, I felt the car just open up. It felt like it lost 1,000 pounds. And these cars, they're meant to be driven. You gotta drive them, and you gotta drive them like you stole them. And that's what I do with my cars. Even though I got 26, I drive all of them. And when I drive them like I stole them.
Rudy is a giver. I've never met anybody quite like him. And the cars are just a reflection of his life as a giver. That's why you see such a grand scale of the cars, because that's the type of person that Rudy is.
I don't ever like to think that I'm better than anyone else. When I go to work and I'm out there busting my butt and I come home and I open my garage, I said, this is what I work for. This is my reward. But of course, I take care of my family. That all comes first. This is just the hobby. So that gives me lots of joy. And I'm grateful for that. And I thank God for that.
It makes him happy, and he has a passion that is unlike any other. He loves the cars. He really has a desire to bring them in and take care of them and baby them and just really pamper them. Kind of the way he does with me and his girls. He just has so much love in his heart, and I believe that transfers into the cars as well.
If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have this. This is not something that because I'm smarter than anybody else or whatever. It's not. It's just God knows my heart. He knows what I like, and He blesses me with that. And so I'm grateful for that.